Who are you voting for? You think I'm actually gonna go out and vote, man? Why the fuck would I go out and vote? Who would I support if I cared? I don't know. Everyone sucks. Politicians are slimy bastards, dude. I don't trust any of them anyways. Yeah, I don't understand, like, the amount of people that get fooled by this, like, degeneracy of, like, politics is insane to me. Like, I don't know, man. Like, either way, anyone you vote for, whoever comes into office, the same significant events will happen in those 4 years. Then, and this is just my opinion, obviously, but I just don't think it makes that big of a difference at all. I think it's just, like, it just doesn't make that big of a difference. All you have is, like, somebody who just, like, takes the blame for everything, you know? Like, you're just putting a face on, like, a time period of a country. That's it. Like, the same shit's gonna happen in that time period with, like, with whatever face exists. That's just how I see it. Wrong take, mate. I mean, I feel like most of the president's decisions are kind of, like, already, like, predetermined, and they just have, like, you know, it's like they have, that's just the way I see it. Like, it doesn't, maybe it's not this way, but I just don't care enough to, like, look into it or give a fuck. Like, it just doesn't matter. Who determines the president's decisions? I don't fucking know. The goddamn money, whoever has it all. Something like that. Look, I'm not saying the president does nothing. All I'm saying is, I don't think he does. I think the country is already fucked as is, and me voting doesn't make a difference at all. Both candidates suck balls. It's the same as, like, last year, or last election when it was, like, Hillary and Trump. Like, both candidates suck balls, so, like, I choose to not choose any of them because they both suck balls. Like, it's just that real. Like, if there was somebody that was gonna make real change in the way shit goes, like, I would actually notice it and see it, but I don't see that in the candidates that are available right now. So, like, if there was somebody that's gonna, like, flip the system on its head and change the way everything's done, like, sure. But I just don't think the president even has the power to do that. Like, I really don't. I don't think the president has the power to change the way the structure already is set up, right? I think the president is just a fucking, like, somebody that everybody just, like, thinks is, like, in charge of shit or whatever. The scapegoat for the nation? I mean, sort of. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, I just think the U.S. is, like, the most corrupted, fucked country in the world, right? Like, we stick our nose in everyone's ass, and, like, we're like that kind of, like, manipulative bully that thinks we're still cool, but really, like, we were cool, like, 40 years ago after the World War II and, like, the Industrial Revolution, like, made us rich and shit, and now we're just trying to go leech off everyone else's oil, so we use, like, pseudo fucking politics and, like, just basic gaslighting to fucking, you know, like, manipulate the world into thinking that we're a superpower still, but really China could run us over with one fucking flick of their fingers. So it's kind of just like a total fucking tipping, like, it's a scale that's just ready to tip, right? Like, this is why I just, like, don't care to getting into politics, because there's just, like, too many angles to play, and there's just too much shit that's, like, it's not available to the common public to even understand or know, right? Like, there's just so much shit behind the scenes, like, so many people that just, like, try and, like, pull the strings, like, behind the scenes that, like, we would never know about, or it's just not in our line of sight, right? I think the U.S. is in for a rude awakening in the next 50 years or so, unless we actually make change and start, like, you know, just, like, not being fucking too, like, you know, hubris and shit. Then, like, maybe it'll be better, but I don't know. I think the U.S. is in for a rude awakening eventually, which is kind of a sad, but just how I see it. The only way to make changes to votes, so maybe you should do it. I don't think me voting would make a difference at all. Like, the only way I could actually make a difference was if I rose up the political, like, scale, right, and, like, climbed the political ladder and became some sort of, like, pseudo politician who actually understood things behind the scenes, and then maybe I could actually make change within. But I'd probably just get fucking, like, either I'd get publicly assassinated, or, like, not like killed, like, I meant, like, your reputation assassinated, you know? Like, this shit happens to a lot of people where, like, someone that's actually trying to make change gets completely fucking deplatformed and shit, right? Like, it happens all the time. So as soon as you start barking up the wrong tree, you're immediately gonna get shut down. Like, so it's almost like it's almost like, unless you actually have, like, major power behind you and know exactly what the fuck you're doing, you're almost immediately gonna just get shut out anyways. So it's better to just shut the fuck up and do what you're gonna do in life, and just, like, let it be what it is, you know?
What is broken can be reforged.
Yeah, so the only way to actually make change politically is to become a politician, chat, so good luck, chat, with that. And not only that, when you do become a politician, you would have to be, like, you'd have to be stuck on your morals enough to not take bribes and not coexist with the evil, right? Because, like, you know, there will always be temptations from these people that, like, if you're, let's say you're a rising politician, right, and like the power at BC that you're like, you know, a threat or whatever, they're instantly gonna just throw you toys and be like, yo, like, shut up and we'll give you this toy, whatever. So if you have the morals to say no to that, but almost everyone immediately will be like, yeah, what, I can be rich just to, for sure, I'm down, you know. So it's like, that's just the way the world works, man. Mitch, please don't talk about things you don't understand. I mean, that's the thing, is like, I'm already claiming that I don't understand them, which is why I choose to not vote. And I feel like I have a greater understanding than most Americans who sit there and go, you know, like, vote fucking Trump, bro. Yeah, make America great again. I feel like I have a greater understanding than someone like that. But that's just like me being maybe cocky or something. Vote Biden then? Dude, you can just watch, like, you could just watch the presidential debate, okay? And you can literally see how bad and how hard these idiots are trying to manipulate the public. Like, it's so sad to me, it's insane. Like, you have Trump who's just, like, so abrasively, like, gaslighting everyone, who just doesn't give a fuck, and he's, like, what do you call it, what is the narcissist that's, like, it's overt narcissism is what it's called. It's when you're, like, really out there, right? Like, you're not hiding shit, like, you're just a fucking dick, right? That's how he is, like, 100%. I don't know, like I said, if I sound like I'm some sort of, like, I mean, I don't really know much about politics. I just believe what I believe. And I believe that, yeah, the world is just like some fucked up shit. You have a very accurate political opinion, I believe, Mitch. Yeah, but like, stupid people wouldn't agree, right? Stupid people would not agree. Stupid people would say that, like, well, here's the thing with streaming, right? Like, because I portrayed myself as an absolute moron for so many years, is like, I'm actually not allowed to have an opinion that has any IQ above like 50, right? Like, if I don't have some opinion that's not just like, blah, 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 dude, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, that's my opinion, is what it's supposed to be, right? Because, like, I'm some retarded streamer, you know? It's like, this is just kind of how it is, you know? Do 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 do.